Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Batman 614 Facsimile edition from the Hush storyline, currently being reprinted by DC. This great Joker cover. Can't wait to share it with you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. Okay, they are making so much money off of Jim Lee. Jim Lee makes bank and apparently he deserves it because oh my gosh, DC is having a banner year, I would think, because this Hush is going to make so much money. These reprints, they're reprinting all the facsimiles. I'm sure they're probably going to do another collected edition if they haven't already. And, it's all to celebrate Hush 2, which just came out last week. I reviewed the giant size, and when I say giant size, I mean huge. It was like 11 by 17, like actual drawn size. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. It was $20. And so I bought that and the regular version, and I'm sure there are plenty of people like me buying all these variants, these different large sizes, and all this crazy crap. So, like, they are probably just like, they're just printing money right now with Hush, and honestly, like, is it even that good? I loved the art on, you can watch my review of that and my flip through if you haven't already. It is a highly viewed video and I'm very excited about that. But anyway, as I pointed out in the review, like, I kind of love how the new one follows this grid that Jim Lee had set up, like a story page and then like a double page spread with like two big panels on the side and then small panels in the middle. Like, it was definitely like planned. This there has to be like a noir edition of this Hush. I mean, there has to be. Like, I just haven't seen it, but I am so curious to see because I feel like Jim Lee was like on the precipice. I mean, he really did obviously launch Image Comics and set the tone for like computerized color but he, when he was doing X-Men and stuff, or, they didn't really overly render it. And I feel like he was kind of one of almost old school in a way that, you don't want to overdo the colors. And I do like how it seems like Alex Sinclair has toned it down just a tad on the new colors, and I kind of like it. I feel it's a little more appropriate, or at least showcases the art a little better, I think. And it is all about the art. Jeph Loeb writes, Jim Lee pencils, Scott Williams inks, Richard Starkings letters, Alex Sinclair colors, Bob Schreck edits, and Morgan Donteville assistant edits. Mark Chiarello, special thanks. Great art director, Mark Chiarello. Set forth many amazing things. Anyway, the thrill of this the first time around was to see Jim Lee draw everybody and all the villains and all the different characters. And I have to say, first issue in, the thrill has been the same thing this time around. And he is kind of killing it. So you definitely need to check it out. And these are worth revisiting. So much fun. I mean, this definitely was a moment in time. It was very exciting to have Jim Lee on the monthly issue or monthly series of Batman, especially with a high-profile writer like Jeph Loeb. I feel like Jeph Loeb, it's so funny, it's like the more celebrated you are, the more polarizing you are, and people either kind of love or hate him. But I've always enjoyed his writing, and I think especially he kind of shines when he's paired up with an artist that you can tell that he really likes. And he definitely has handpicked his artist over the years, so this was a great pairing for me. I don't dislike when Jim Lee does arty things like this, but I don't need it either. I'm kind of more of a fan of like his detailed art. Like, I kind of would rather see that. Like, this is an homage clearly to The Killing Joke, and it's so funny because they revisit. It's so weird how Alan Moore created such a like historical part of Batman's mythos that's constantly referenced and revisited. This is 22 pages of why Batman shouldn't let the Joker live, and he always does. I mean, Batgirl, Robin, like, countless atrocities. And then I kind of love this, you know what I mean? At the same time, like, I do love when an artist strays off the path and goes a little arty. And this, especially in the purple, could almost be out of somebody's like notebook with a ballpoint pen. I wonder if Jim Lee does any ballpoint pen art, and I would love to see that. He must have at some point, but that's really pretty. Like, I think sometimes Jim Lee gets a lot of flack for being like sort of stiff or something, or like sometimes people think he's losing it, and I don't know. I feel like he's kind of doing a really great job on the new Batman Hush, and it's very much in line with what we're looking at here, and he was definitely at the top of his game first time around, so definitely in good hands. It feels like Batman is on fire, as usual. I don't know. Was it fun? Did you love it? I'm feeling Frank Miller, right? I mean, how can you do Batman and not feel the essence of Frank? I always love this logo as well. Are you getting the facsimiles, the artifacts, as DC calls them? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I'll bring you more soon.